Hello, statistics student. This video is for summarizing categorical data after you collect your data. After you set up your Google form and the questions and a plan are approved by me, you would be sending the link to your target population, either your friends or whoever your target population is, and then you are ready to summarize your data. Now, if you look at your survey file, you see responses and the number here that shows how many data are being collected. To figure out if you have, you can look at the response here. The first question is the question where you divide your population into two parts, right? So you pretty much can tell, okay, if you hover over it, you would see, oh, this is the population one that I have for me, I have decided the younger student, 25 or younger, I collect 65. And then for the older, I only collect 18 because I think for the student population, there are, especially in the transfer level class, there are a lower number of um, students over 25 years old. So you would want to wait until you have enough data. If you don't have enough data, send to more friends, or have the friends forward to more friends, or actually even go on campus and collect them from on campus. So make sure that you have, in order for you to do analysis of uh, quantitative data, you want to make sure your um, number of data are at least 30. So 30 for population 1 in my case is fine, and 30 for population 2, which cannot be satisfied. I only have 18. But if you try your best and you get what you have, like what I have right now, I'll just go ahead and do it. And in my analysis, I'll just have to say that the conclusion may not be valid because of a limited sample size, but you should try your best to overcome this difficulty and get more data. So go back to the question. So the second tab will bring you to responses. You can tell how many data you have for the first and the second. Okay, so this is your population 1 and your population 2. If you're satisfied with it, or you are to close down your survey, so you don't want to collect any more data, you're ready to download your data. So you have two ways of doing that. The first is actually stay on Google, use Google Sheets, open spreadsheets. And then the other one is actually to download it as a CSV file, which can be opened by Excel. So either way is fine, but I just assume that you don't have Excel. All of you have access to Google Sheets, and it's actually easier to do graphing. So I'm going to just do the videos on Google Sheets. So you will create a spreadsheet. If you are first creating this, they will say create a new spreadsheet. If you come back after you create this worksheet, they will they will say select. I think they will use an existing one. And the name of this worksheet, this a Google sheet would be Video Preference Survey Response. So it's the same name as your survey. And then you would just click Create when you first get onto it. And then a Google Sheet will show up with the name like this that match the name of your survey file and with the parenthesis responses. You can rename it or copy it. So my recommendation is to actually don't touch it because this is actually your raw data. I usually would copy it because it's really easy to make a copy. So if you look at, oh, where is it? Oh, um, okay, let me open it again. I think not share. Where do I make a copy? I think you can, yeah, okay, file. You can make a copy and then this would copy of, and you can share with whoever people that you want to share. So I always work with the copy so that I don't disturb the original one. Because what happened is if new data comes in, they might update this also. So once you log it, you might want to make sure that, okay, I'm going to log it right now. I'll make a copy. Maybe put a date here as to when did you copy it, so you know it is copied during that time. Okay, so if you look at these data, the copied data sets, the first is timestamp. That means when is the data entered. You're not interested in it. The first column is age, which um, break down your data into two populations. And then the third question for me is the categorical data, which one do you like most? And I'm going to change it to a more shorter header. Just say video. This is about video. And then how many hours? And I will just say hours watch or watch hours. Just make it shorter because the title by default would be the name of your, or actually the whole sentence of your question. Units, okay, taking. Okay. So just make it more shorter because when you graph things, it will show up as header. So the first row is a header. And then the first things you want to do is break up your data into two populations because you're comparing people that prefer drama. I am comparing people that prefer drama versus in younger age and the older age. So the first things you do before you process anything is to copy this categorical data, or actually I think copy the whole thing so that you can break it up into two population. So I'm going to highlight it. It would be easy if you have a mouse, I think. Okay, now I'm going to copy, and I don't need to create another file. I would just say add a different, like kind of like a page. Just do add. Worksheet number 2 will show up. You rename it to be um, sorted data, because I'm going to Control V to copy it over. So it is the same as what I have without a timestamp. So again, I don't touch the one that I copy over. I usually, if you want to do anything, just copy it to a new worksheet, or it's kind of like a new page. You just do a add over here. And then I will do sorting because all the two population are all mixed together. Some are older students, some are younger students. After I select it, I will say data, sort range, advanced sort range. I would tell that I have data header row is there, and I want to sort by age because age would sort it into. So after this, then so remember to highlight everything and then sort. So this would have all the 25 or younger as the first population, and the over 25 will be all at the end. Now at this point, I'm going to copy this on 25 or younger, all of this into, I have a lot of the younger one. Copy it over into another worksheet. So this would be my population one. So I'll paste it here and I will say these are my data, rename it into is population one, or you will say younger sample. Okay. And I go back to the sorted data and I don't need the first column because that's just actually identify where they come from, the population sample they come from. And then I will add another worksheet. Oh, put it over here. Oh, paste it first. V O. And then I just want to make sure that I don't mix them up. So this is the older sample, right? So I have two population with the categorical as well as the two quantitative data. Okay, the younger one, you can see that I have the header, right? Video, watch hour, but the older one, because it's, being copied in the middle of something, I'm going to insert one row above and then paste my, oh, sorry. Don't know why. Undo, paste the header here. just these three. Copy. Oh, I think I just need the first three. Paste here. So I would have the same header in the younger and older. So now I split the population into two. Okay, I split the population into two. So again, this is directly from the file, from the survey. The second worksheet is the sorted data, where the top is from the first population and the bottom is from the you know other population, and then I split them into younger and older sample. So this is how you split up your data into two. But the sorted data is still useful. Why? When we do match pair data analysis of scatter plot to see if there's a correlation between watch hour and units, we actually want to work with the whole data without breaking them into different populations. So the first set is still useful for dealing with the third question that I want you to work on in the project. But the first two questions of doing confidence interval as well as doing a hypothesis test to compare the two populations will be done by these two samples in two different worksheets. Okay, so in the next worksheet, in the next video, I'm going to talk about how to um, analyze the categorical data, summarize them into two bar graph, and also find out what is x1, n1, what is x2, n2. So that will be the next video.